Every developer has felt this. You fix a bug, you breathe a sigh of relief, and 3 weeks later, a completely different error shows up. Except it's the exact same root cause, just wearing a different mask. Your code base doesn't remember that first fix, your search bar doesn't either, and a plain vector search can't help you here because it only finds bugs that are worded alike, not bugs that are caused alike. That's the problem we built RootCause to solve. RootCause is a memory layer for your code base. Point it at any GitHub repository and it ingests the entire commit history into a hybrid graph vector memory layer powered by Cognee. Instead of just storing what changed, it builds an actual causal chain: error, root cause, fix, the files that were touched, and any related bugs. Then, you can ask it plain English questions like, have we seen this exact failure before under a different name? And if an old fix didn't actually hold, root cause flags it. So the memory gets more honest over time instead of just bigger. Under the hood, it's a Next.js and TypeScript project. On the ingestion side, we clone the repo, walk the commit log, extract diffs, and map them into a shared schema of commits, files, bugs, and fixes. On the recall side, we turn a plain English question into a scoped graph vector query against Cognee, and the answer comes back with a verdict stamp: resolved, resurfaced, and still unresolved, or no prior record. Let me show you. Here's root cause pointed at a real repository. I'll ingest it, and while that runs, I'll mention this is genuinely running Cognee's graph traversal, not just similarity search. Now, I'll ask it a question about a bug from earlier in the project's history, and here's the moment we're proudest of. Root cause correctly flags that this bug was supposedly fixed weeks ago, but the fix never actually held. That's not a keyword match, that's the graph doing real work. Building this taught us more about failure modes than features. We found 3 silent bugs that would have quietly wrecked this exact demo: a missing configuration that only worked on one machine, a short circuit that meant only the very first commit in any repo was ever actually processed, and cross dataset contamination where answers from one repo bled into another. None of them threw an error. They just looked fine until we pushed past the surface. Root cause doesn't just tell you what changed, it tells you why it broke and whether you've already been here before. No hangover required,